Before we begin, I would like to address some slander from our friends Brothers Murph.
They were complimenting you.
Were they?
Uh-huh.
They complimented me behind the scenes on their live stream, but on their recent video, I don't think they were complimenting me. They're throwing down some heat. So they were mentioning how high my hat sits on my head. I have something else I need to say after this.
Ending the year with some spiciness.
Is this what you prefer?
You look ridiculous. No, I think, Jeffrey, this is what the people prefer. That's the look right there.
Come on, ridiculous.
So why does your hat sit so high on your head?
That's just the look.
That's the look. Maybe
It's the look.
like you just gotta be cool, you know? I guess.
I don't care what you say. I'm killing it.
Listen.
Mike, get some snapbacks, man.
Yeah,
Mike, just get some snapbacks.
The secret is the snapbacks.
Get some snapbacks.
We be snapping.
Anywho, if you're looking for amazing content, go check out Brothers Murph.
Absolutely.
Even more so if you're looking for terrible fast food burger recommendations. Those two are the two you should go tell.
And welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
good burger recommendations.
Exactly. Jeff, favorite fast food burger? Go.
Five Guys.
Five Guys. We saw a recommendation of someone who said to get the grilled cheese at Five Guys and put a burger patty in it and dress it like you would your burger. Then you got a grilled cheese burger.
Haven't had a chance to try that yet. I once at a restaurant had a burger where the buns were grilled cheese sandwiches. And I don't mean like
it was in a grilled cheese.
I don't mean bread, cheese, burger, cheese, bread. It was a full grilled cheese burger,
yes.
Full grilled cheese.
I thought Jeff was going to die.
And I ate that and a poutine. I almost died.
This is the Canadian one.
I almost died.
Yeah. We are here today to do our top 10 games of 2022 video. And these are all 2022 releases. So that we're aware of. You know what? Sometimes we make mistakes. That's just life. Now, a few things. Number one, this is our list. I have my own list. Jeff has his own list. We have not seen them, but it is our list, which means that it is an objective list. These are the right answers of the best games.
We've had to have played the games. So if you're like, why wasn't this game there? Why wasn't that game there?
Maybe
it's
we
like,
haven't played it. Maybe we have and we think it's trash.
It's our list.
Yeah.
2, we might not have played it. You might have seen already, and if you haven't, you should go check it out.
Oh, Jeff, good idea. Yes.
Video on Tim Chewin's channel where we talk about our favorite game of 2022. However, that game will not be on this list.
We've completely left it off the list.
Reasons for that are... we've already talked about it on Tim's channel, hosted by Tim and Sam from Fire and Ice.
Lord of the Board.
Tim Chewin. Go check them out.
We're not even going to tell you what it is. You're just going to have to go check out
You'll have to go check it out, but it will not be on this list, so when you don't see it on this list, don't go in the comments and be like, what about this game? Where was it?
I guarantee, though, someone has already skipped this intro, and they're like, where is it?
And if they do, I'm just going to be like, go watch the video all the way through.
From the start...
Stop skipping.
To the end. Okay. We have played in 2022 80 2022 releases. So we got into it this year for the new hotness, some might say. So we are going to give you our top 10, and I think we might do a little something for Patreon a little bit later where we rank maybe the 11 to 20, and maybe we might even get real spicy and tell you our least favorite 10 of the year on Patreon.
Yeah.
We don't get spicy here.
No.
Only for our Patreon community.
Patreons get the spice.
Yeah, they also get a private Discord channel where we talk about bidets and butt pampering.
We do talk about bidets.
Shouldn't say butt pampering.
Nope.
But bidets for sure.
And if you haven't, come check out our Discord. It is a thriving, inclusive board game community that we're super proud of, and we want everyone to come chat.
Okay, let's jump in. Jeffrey.
What just missed a list is Dead Reckoning.
Ooh.
Reasons. Only played it once. But that's not fair because some of the other games on my list...
But it is the type of game that you need to play multiple times, I think, in order to like fully see everything and do everything. Excited to explore that one more. It just missed the list for that reason. Yes. For me, the game that just missed the top 10 was Verdant. And it was actually on the top 10, but something else that we played again recently, I had to switch their spots. So Verdant from Flat Oak Games just missed my list. It is kind of the new one in that series of like Calico, Cascadia, and now Verdant about plants. Super duper fun. Love, love, love. Need to play it more and excited to try it solo. Let's get in to what the people want to see. The 10.
The 10.
Jeffrey, what is your number 10?
My number 10.
I'm excited. I don't know what you're going to say.
Is a little game that we've played recently. Very recently. It is a brain-burny puzzler. That after the first play, I was like, don't know how I feel about it. Played it a couple more times and absolutely fell in love. And now I just want to play it over and over again. It's a game I'm still thinking about. That is Turing Machine from Scorpion Mask.
It's not in my top 10. It's close, but it's not there.
Turing Machine brought out everything I loved about the initiative. In the initiative, I loved like doing the code breaking and stuff. And Turing Machine is that. Turing Machine is just a really unique number puzzle that works like an old school kind of like computer where they're like there's these cards that kind of you put together and then you do checks, and if you're wrong or right you can move forward and figure out other numbers in your puzzle. It's super brain burning. We had a chance to play this with our friends over at Covray, Ilya and Tyler. I had a blast with it. I'm looking forward to playing it more. And they do daily puzzles. They do daily puzzles. Which is really cool.
And there are literally like millions of different puzzles you can solve. If you like things like Wordle or any of those like daily challenge puzzles, you would love Turing Machine. It just missed my list. I want to play it more, and I want to play it solo as well. Okay, my number 10, first of all, you know I love dinosaurs. Second of all, you know I love big dinosaurs. And my number 10 game of 2022 is Unmatched T-Rex versus Dr. Sattler. I love playing as that T-Rex. She's a beast, and she's the best. She's so big, and she just clomps around and chomps on things. There's nothing that I don't like about that. So Unmatched, for anybody who doesn't know, is a one-on-one battler game. They have a ton of different sets, a ton of different characters that you can mix and match. It is one of those games where it's almost now just an auto buy every set that they put out. We just want. And of all of the ones that we played this year that came out this year, because there were some Marvel ones that came out this year as well, like Hell's Kitchen. We played the T-Rex versus Dr. Sattler is by far my favorite. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. And we actually have a playthrough on the channel of us doing the T-Rex versus the Raptors.
We do.
And that was super fun. I just love it. I don't know. I love Unmatched, and the T-Rex is a beauty.
All right, my number 9 is from, again, one of my favorite publishers of all time. That is Ahoy. Now, we have only, admittedly, played Ahoy one time. However, I loved our play of it. I hope, and I suspect, this will be a gateway for more people to get playing Root. And that means a ton to me. Because the more people playing Root, the better. Because Root is my favorite game of all time, by far, and it's not even close. Ahoy is a asymmetrical, cute pirate-themed game where two people are playing as, like... Smugglers. The other two were playing as, like, privateers or, like, organizations that are trying to, like, save their cargo, protect their cargo, and the smugglers are basically trying to steal stuff. It's super cute. It's Kyle Farron art, which I love. Everything I love about that series of games that Leader Games is doing, you know, with the artwork and the asymmetry, and I just hope it gets more people engrossed into that kind of like Root, Ahoy, Vast.
I also enjoy Ahoy. It did not make my top 10.
I didn't think it would.
But I got to play as the Sharks, and Sharks are fun. Number 9 is one that we played recently, and it was actually my most anticipated game of 2022. According to our list last year, it has art by the Miko, and it is a worker placement deck building game called Endless Winter. We have played this now twice. The first time we just played the basic game. The second time we played with all of the expansions, which was a lot. I love this game. I think I like it way more
She definitely
than
likes
you
it way
do.
more than I do.
But it really does give me like the Arnak vibes. That kind of game, it's just one of my favorites. So basically like you are playing as different tribes, and you've got like your chief, and you've got your hand of tribesmen and tribeswomen, and you're collecting different culture cards and different people to add to your tribe, and you're placing things out. There's also, beyond the worker placement and the deck building, there's also like an area, like a terrain area where you're putting out camps, and then you're trying to, with those camps, build huts. So there's that. One of the expansions adds a roll and write type of thing. Another one builds that like terrain board out even more, adding in a river and different kinds of cards. There's just so much to explore in this game, and I think it's going to take quite a few plays to figure out what the right strategy is. I've been going for everything, and you really got to focus on something.
It's really good. I did enjoy it. Just not
as much as me.
Not top 10 worthy for me.
I just love the art and everything. Yeah, I'm into it. Mm-hmm. That's my number 9.
My number 8 is one we've gushed about a ton in our Discord, and we've actually, a bunch of people have, I think, recently purchased this game. That is Heat, Pedal to the Metal. That is from Days of Wonder. We actually got a chance to teach the Brothers Murph this while we were at PAX, and we also played with Shay. Mm-hmm. It was super enjoyable experience. Heat is the next iteration of racing game. There's like this really cool hand management-esque relationship in Heat where you can speed up and go super fast, but you need to slow down to go around corners, and like your engine's heating up depending on how much like pressure you're putting on it going around these turns, and you can spin out. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most like authentic feeling racing games that I've played. It's got a ton of variability in the box. There's a ton of game here to buy. We love racing games. It's probably now my favorite racing game after having played it a few times. It's just got that authentic feel for me, and everyone that we've introduced this to or has played it since has gushed about it as well. Yeah. So it's a pretty confident pick for me.
You might hear about it later.
Yeah, I figured as much.
This is the game that ended up booting Verdant off of my list, and it booted it off so far that it jumped up like 3 spaces. That game is called Planet Unknown.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, because I don't know that you have it on your list, which I think is a mistake.
I don't.
Dog's going to drink out of the toilet. Don't do that. You don't know.
We're going to have to get you a little set up in here.
Well, she's having a blast with that friggin' bath mat, kicking it around. Planet Unknown is a game that we picked up at PAX. I had no idea anything about it. All we knew is that Doolin from Table Knots was like, this game looks great. And Jeff was really excited. And I was like, here we go, another freaking space game. Before I flew home, I unboxed it because I was punching all the games. And lo and behold, I found a Lazy Susan inside the box. And that, I was already like, this is cool. And then I realized that it's actually a polyomino tile placement game. Mm-hmm. So we've only played the basic version of this, but it does come with asymmetrical planets that you can play with. But essentially... And factions. So you've got a planet in front of you, and then you got your Lazy Susan filled with all different polyomino shapes. And each double section is called a depot. So I'm allowed to take from here, Jeff's allowed to take from here. On my turn, I turn the Lazy Susan around, I pick the tile. Wherever it lands, Jeff also has to pick a tile from that depot. And then you have to place it in your planet. And there's a bunch of like placement rules and different things. Based on what you're placing, you're going up different tracks, you're gaining different rewards, and you're trying to complete rows and columns on your planet to score points at the end of the game. Very simple to learn. It's quite easy to get into, but it's very puzzly, and I can only assume that as you introduce the asymmetric planets and factions that it gets a little bit more complicated. I loved this game. Like when we were playing it, we introduced it to my brother, not last night, but the night before. He loved it as well, and it's not typically his kind of game.
No, I was surprised how much he enjoyed it.
Yeah, so even if you're like, oh, another like polyomino tile placer, I would definitely give this one a try. I would say that the theme is this kind of like it's a planet theme, but I don't really think the space theme really comes into play.
You're really terraforming it.
If you don't care about space, you don't gotta worry about it, sweetheart, okay? Because you're just placing out tiles and you're moving, you got a little rover, you're beep-bopping around, you're picking up meteors and you're like, get off my planet, and then you're picking up life pods to score points. I love it.
I do think it does a really good job of encompassing a bunch of different stuff into a polyomino game, wherein, like Jamie just mentioned, you can move your rover around.
It's very combo-y.
Yeah, you can move your rover around on your planet to pick up stuff, and that gives you more victory points. There's a bunch of different tracks you can go up, and those combo off of each other. It's very, very good. And I think if I was to do this list again in like even a few weeks, it would probably be on it. My number 7, I think, was one of my most anticipated. I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter. My number 7 is from Weird Games, and that is Vagrant Song. Nice. Vagrant Song is a beat-em-up boss battler with incredible old-timey cartoon art.
You just see, look at my hand.
It does, that is like, come on! That does remind me of like those old cartoons. Vagrant Song is a theme where you are on a ghost train, and it's a scenario-based game where you're progressing through different, more difficult bosses, and through each phase there's a camp phase where you can upgrade your character, get new cards, do certain things in the game.
My character is a dog.
Set yourself up for future scenarios. It's really, really cool. The artwork is absolutely incredible. The game mechanics are very straightforward and simple for, I think, a genre that sometimes struggles with overdoing things and making things way too complicated than what they need to be. Looking forward to playing more of it.
Okay, my number 7 is a game that I have been on the hunt for since the day we played it, because I love it. And it's a simple little game from Blue Orange called Downtown Farmers Market.
We can't find it.
Why can't I find this game? Please, somebody, if you know where to find this game, tell me. Anyways, I can't find it anywhere. I looked at PAX, I looked at Lance's, I looked at Boardroom Game Cafe. Yeah. Can't find it. I forgot, today's a Board Games and Brew. We don't have any brews. Downtown Farmers Market, essentially you are building out a grid. You're trying to score based off of the things that you're placing in that grid. So you might have like a goal that says no carrots in this row, so you better not put carrots in that row. You might just want to put potatoes. And then maybe you've got something up here that says the more potatoes the merrier, or whatever it might be. So basically you're just trying to optimize your grid of different kinds of vegetables and stuff. It's very simple, but it's so cute and puzzly, and I loved it. I don't know what it was about it. Like, I love this game.
Those games normally aren't my thing, and I also very much enjoyed that game.
It's so colorful. I love it.
It's a great game.
Love it.
Yeah. My number 6, this list would not be complete without this game on it. We've only played it one time, and I think you actually enjoyed it better than I did, which
I wonder
is
if it's on
shocking
my
to me.
list.
I would be surprised. That is Root, the Marauders expansion.
It's not on my list.
The Marauders expansion, we've only played with the new factions. We haven't played with any of the hirelings or anything like that.
I loved my faction.
But Jamie played as Lord of the Hundreds.
The mob!
And I played as the Keepers of Iron. And I loved it. But I love Root, so I'm biased. I'm very excited to play Lord of the Hundreds because they look so freaking cool.
They were fun. Again,
Root is my favorite game. Of course, I'm going to add an expansion to Root that gives you more factions to play and builds that world out even more. Y'all know how much I love Root. It was going to be here.
It was going to be there. It was my number 54, just so you know.
You did all of them?
I did everything. My number 6 is a game that has already been talked about, and that is Heat. Pedal to the metal. Yeah. Basically, this is a super fun racing game. What do I love? Racing games. What do I also love? Having fun. It's a no-brainer. Pretty much everything that Jeff already said, but just something that I really, really enjoy about Heat is just how much variability there is. You can add all of the expansions. You can add one expansion. You don't have to play with any expansions, and it's still going to be fun. Modules, whatever. You are zooming, beep, 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 and then you're like, oh no, a corner, you better slow down, because if you don't, then you're going to overheat your car, and that's not great. I just think it's so fun.
I don't know if you can win this game if you spin out. It's yet to be determined.
I don't know, because I never do it, because I'm such a good racer. Everybody knows. Everybody already knows that.
Yep. My number 5 is going to shock Jamie, I think.
Is it Downtown Farmers Market?
This is a game mechanism type that I never would have thought would have existed on a list like this. It is an Uwe game called Applejack.
We almost had a crossover, but we don't.
Applejack is a patchwork-esque Uwe game where you are going around this rondel trying to put apple trees into your orchard. The overarching theme is that you are collecting honey. So you want bees to come to your orchard to pollinate and produce honey, and that is how you're going to score points.
I had no idea bees had anything to do with apple trees.
Of course they do. Are you serious? You're going to continue going around this rondel. There's a little cool mechanism with the die, depending on what pip is on the die is going to multiply your score. It's just a classic, easy to play Uwe game that you can put out on the board, on the table, and play in 15 minutes. And I've just fallen in love with it.
Yep.
And I mean, I love Uwe, so.
You know, I love Uwe. Anyways, you may hear about it later, but all I'll say is that when I said before, like, there's 2 games on this list that I just want to keep playing over and over and over. Applejack is the other one.
Yeah.
My number 5 is a little game about artisan dragons. Oh, it's Flamecraft. So cute. I love this game so much. Okay, so Flamecraft is kind of like, is it worker placement? Kinda. It's like you put your little dragon out into one of these little shops, and then the dragon is able to take some resources and actions at that shop. So you're either gathering things or you're doing different enchantments. It's so cute, it's clever, and I am very, very excited to play it at more than 2 players just to see how that player interaction works, because generally speaking, Jeff and I don't really get in each other's way when we play it just 2-player. It's cute and it's fun. We
recently played it on our Jamie's board game day.
We sure did. You can watch us play Flamecraft and Applejack on Jamie's Big Day. Jamie's Big Day.
Jamie cheated.
Big Day. I didn't. I just thought, I didn't know that the coins counted at the end, so technically Jeff. It doesn't matter. It's so cute, it's so fun, and it's a beautiful game.
It is beautiful.
I love it.
Jamie loves it a lot more than I do. I do enjoy Flamecraft. I am excited to see what it's like at a higher player count. I think you could intro a lot of people to
people look at it on the table and be like, what's that? It's one of those games.
I think that's a perfect way to fit that game into my psyche. If I'm trying to introduce someone to games and I want to put something out on the table that they're going to look at and be like, whoa,
pretty.
This is cool.
Yeah.
That would be it.
That'd be it.
Yeah.
Halfway there. Living on a prayer.
My number 4 is in a series of games that we gush about all the time on this channel. That is Marvel Dice.
Just missed my list.
Are you kidding me?
It just missed it. Yeah. It just.
That shocks me.
It just missed it.
You love Marvel and Dice Throne.
I know. I don't know. Maybe I need to redo the list. Scratch it. Let's start again.
Wowzers. Marvel Dice Throne is the next iteration of Dice Throne, and I'm super excited to see what they're going to do with it. I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but I do love Loki. We got a chance to play this recently. I was Loki. Jamie was Scarlet Witch. She crushed me like a grape. Actually, it was pretty close.
As the Scarlet Witch generally does, crushing people.
Dice Throne is I would like to say a 2-player. I mean, I know you can play it at higher player counts, but I think it's best at 2. Head-to-head battler where you're rolling dice and it's kind of a Yahtzee-esque theme where you're manipulating your dice to do certain abilities against your opponent, knocking their health down to 0, and then you win. Marvel is just the newest IP that they've attached to the Dice Throne series, but we've loved Dice Throne since the beginning. We did also just get a chance to play Santa vs. Krampus, which is also incredible. Shame on you.
I know.
Shame.
My number 4 is a game that Jeff just talked about, and it is Applejack. I love this game. It is so Uwe. You know, you guys know I love Uwe. I love everything he does. Almost everything that he does. It's easy to learn, difficult to master. It's one of those types of games. And I just love pattern building, and I love tile placement, and I love collecting honey, and I am the queen of the honey. Jeff can't beat me at this game because I'm queen of the honey.
I've already beaten you.
Have you?
Yes.
I don't believe you. It doesn't sound
I'm
like
pretty sure our very first game I crushed you like a grape.
That doesn't sound real. The point is, I love this game. If you have a chance to play it, please do. This would be a great game for BGA.
Do you know what this is? This is a cottage game.
This is a cottage game. OMG, this is a cottage game.
This is a sunroom, early morning coffee on the beach at your cottage game.
I love it. It's one of those games that I just can't stop thinking about after playing it. Like, I'd play it right now. I would stop this video and play it if I could. What, did you think we were kidding? No, we are actually going to take a moment now to pause and play Applejack. Perfect opportunity to give a word from our sponsor of today's video, which is the World Series of Board Gaming. World Series of Board Gaming is a super fun tournament event where you can actually prove, not only to your friends, but to the entire world, that you are the best at your chosen board game. There are 16 different games that you can compete in, and every winner of each game is going to win a custom World Series of Board Gaming ring. This rivals the Super Bowl ring, people. And not to mention, there's a grand prize of $25,000. $25,000 you could win for playing board games. Is that like a dream? I feel like it is. Or if you want, you can just go and play and have fun. There's an open gaming library that's provided from Dice Tower West. Now, if you're interested in buying tickets, you can check out the description below for more details. And not to mention, we also have a couple referral codes down below. So you can use Foster the Jamie or Foster the Jeff. we are having a bit of a competition because, you know, we can't do anything without having a competition. We're trying to see who can sell more tickets. Is it me or is it Jeff? Whichever one you want to use, all of the information is down below. Now let's get back to that top 10 list.
My number 3, I think, is also going to be a Jamie shocker. Because this is actually Jamie's favorite game of all time. That is Star Wars Villainous.
I knew that would be on your list.
Is it on yours?
Nope. It just missed. I just missed it.
What's going on today? I also love Villainous, but I will mention Star Wars Villainous to me is their best current iteration of Villainous. It adds a little bit more complexity. It adds an extra little component where you have ships that you can go to and you can destroy ships. Star Wars Villainous adds a new currency, which is ambition. And you have to collect ambition to do certain things in the game. It's just, I think, in my opinion, it's taken Villainous a step up in terms of the complexity, and I love that. And I just love Star Wars, and now they're going to come out with so many cool characters. I'm so friggin' excited.
I had to kill Baby Yoda when I played it. Left a sour taste in my mouth. My number 3 is a game that I know for sure is not on Jeff's list. It's an Alice in Wonderland game called Paint the Roses.
I like Paint the Roses. I do.
Not enough. Paint the Roses is a puzzly deduction game, basically. You are working cooperatively. You are trying to outpace the Queen of Hearts so she doesn't chop your head off. You're taking little tiles and you're placing them out, building out patterns, and you're going to have a card that tells you exactly what pattern you need to get your other people to guess, whether it's 2 colors, 2 shapes, or a color and a shape, by placing out little tokens and giving people clues. It is very difficult.
Very difficult.
We don't win. I think maybe one time we won and we probably cheated.
The base game's not terrible, but once you start including, because we have a ton of modules, we played like the Alice module.
One, yeah. I love puzzly games, and I just thought this was such a unique game, something that we haven't really played.
I agree.
I love the theme. I love the fact that it's difficult and that you're not always winning, because I do feel like if you won all the time, you probably wouldn't want to play it. We have only played it at 2 players. I am dying to play it at a higher player count just to see, because I do think it would play better with more.
Yep. I know it's not a timer, but it is a timer, like how she's chasing you around.
Yeah, because if you get it wrong, she doubles her speed, and she is mad.
It's punishing if you're not smart with your decisions.
Yeah.
It's just not my, that's not my type.
It's not his cup of tea.
My type of game.
Do you get it? Tea party.
My number 2 game of 2022 is from a renowned designer, Mr. Shem Phillips. And that is Wayfarers of the South Tigris. Or Tigris. This is the next iteration of
West Kingdom,
West,
North Sea.
North.
South Tigris.
South. I wonder what he's going to do with East.
East.
Cool
Maybe he'll
stuff.
do Nova Scotia.
Maybe. In Wayfarers of the South Tigris, you're playing as cartographers, astronomers, all of these people, and you're basically leaving Baghdad to explore the regions around you. Explore the skies, the ground, whatever. It's so beautiful, and it's so combo-y, just like Paladins, just like some of those other games that are in his series that we absolutely love. But this is my favorite. I really, really enjoy Paladins, but this one, for some reason, I think it's the ability to kind of explore the sky and there's so many different paths to victory and so many combo-y ways to score points. I love these series of games. We've always loved them, but this one was the pinnacle for me so far.
Just missed my list.
I don't know what you're doing over there.
Honestly,
what are you doing?
Missed it. You know what I mean?
I don't understand.
Jeff, you want to know why? It's because my number 2 is Creature Comforts from KTBG.
Yeah. Okay.
Now listen here, people. You want to talk about cute games? You should play Creature Comforts. This is a dice worker placement game. You're placing out your dice, and those are your workers, and you're doing different things because you're trying to make your creatures comfortable. It's the fall. They're prepping for the winter. There's different animals that are visiting the town. Well, we got to make sure that they're happy too. This game blew me away. Like, I was not expecting to love this game as much as we did. I thought, you know, oh, it's a kid's game. Like, it'll be cute. It'll be fun. But like, no, this is this game is legit. You need to try it. I love it. It's so, so cute. And I am excited to play it more and more and more. And I'm so excited for Maple Valley. Oh my God.
It is one of those games that you could introduce to kids and obviously have a great time with it. But for people that are more into the hobby or are looking for a little bit more complexity, it also delivers.
I mean, like, the mechanics that it has, like, dice worker placement is one, but you've also got resource gathering and set collection. So they're not, like, overly complicated types of mechanics, but there's so many different things that you can do on the board. There's, like, a ladder you can climb up, and there's, like, the resources that you're gathering and all of that stuff. So there's
different ways to optimize your strategy, I think, is what I was kind of trying to get at there.
Yeah.
My number one I don't need to look at, and I'm sure is also number one on Jamie's list.
Is this a crossover?
It's definitely a crossover because this is my number one and it's not even close.
Not even close.
That is from Druid City Games and
Skybound Tabletop.
That is Wonderland's War.
Wonderland's War. Oh my God.
Wonderland's
that's mine
War
too.
is not only one of my favorite games of 2022, definitely one of my favorite games of all time.
Yes.
Wonderland's War is a bag builder, push your luck, area control. What else do we got? Battling. Bidding. There's a ton of stuff going on. It is incredibly beautiful.
Oh.
We have the artwork up in our dining room. It is an Alice in Wonder themed game.
Alice in Wonder theme.
And I don't know how to coherently express my joy when I play this game.
It's so
We've had a chance to play this at 2 and 4. We are going to be playing it at 3 a week from now. I love it. I love there's asymmetrical characters, which is a thing I love so much. Every game is completely different. You can build your bag out any way you want.
There's a lot of variability.
There's a ton of variability. The miniatures are absolutely beautiful. Again, the board is incredible. The table presence of this game is 10 out of 10.
Did we get the expansion? Yes, we got the expansion. Yes, we got the expansion.
Can't say enough good things about this game.
It combines so many things that I love. I love bag building. Jeff doesn't love bag building, but still loves this game. You're using the chits that you put in your bag as your battle mechanic. And something else I love about this game is that there's literally no downtime. So when two other people are fighting, you're bidding on who you think is going to win. So you're invested in that fight. And you're building out your bag based on the tea party, so you're kind of going around and around. You're like, oh my God, there's a lot of player interaction because you don't want somebody to take the cards that you want. And I just love it.
When we started doing this list, this one was penciled in. I didn't even need to like rank it. Is that a mosquito? It is a mosquito.
How did you get in here? It's winter. Those are our top 10 games of 2022 from 2022 releases. I do want to say one thing. After we made our list, we just played this game called Loose Caboose. And I just gotta tell you guys, I don't know if it would have landed on the top 10, but this game was freaking fun.
Loose Caboose
So I just had to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Loose Caboose is a good
game right.
time. Game right. Great time. Those are our top 10 games of 2022. Would love to know down below what some of your favorite games of the year have been that came out this year. We do have a Discord channel in our Discord for people to list their top 10 games of the year. So once again, if you're interested in joining the Discord and you want to share your list with the community.
It's technically top 10 games of like, whatever you want to do.
Well, whatever. Do whatever
all
you
time,
want.
Last year, this year, whatever you want to do.
There's no rules. Well, there's some rules.
There are rules. Don't be a dingus.
There are rules. No meanies, weenies, and you can't be a dingus or else
if you're going to be a dingus in the Discord, you're gone.
No dinguses in the Discord. Bye. If you would like to see what else will lie on this list from the 80 games that we played, we maybe even do the 70 to 80. And get spicy on Patreon. So if you're interested in joining our Patreon, all of the information will be down below. Of course, no pressure, never pressure. That is all that we have today. If you're interested in buying board games like any of the many that we talked about today, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is
the Boardroom Game Cafe.
Yes, it is. That is all we have. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say Happy New Year!
Later days.
See you in 2023, suckers. I have put a monitor here. Here's the camera. Here's the monitor. So if you see us looking over here, like I am right now, then guess what? We're looking at ourselves.
I'm good.
Somebody count how many times Jeff looks at himself. How many times Jeff looks at himself in the video. Our most anticipated by us top 10 board games of 2022 list. Literally, when this video comes out...
What do you mean most anticipated 2022?
You know what? I said it wrong.
I know. I was trying to stop you and you just bowled through.
I said it wrong.
You just... I was looking at you and you just kept going. I'm like, what is she talking about? I was like, and then for a second I was like, are we doing a different video?
No. Let's do that again. Most anticipated by us. Like,
it has nothing to do with the anticipation.
It's a video that we've been excited to do. We've been anticipating doing this video. I'm pretty sure I said it right the first time as well.
No, you
just got me all janked up.
You absolutely didn't.
Anyways, the point is, chat with
and
us.
if you're in the Discord and you're not chatting because you feel
alert
nervous or whatever, do you know what would be cool to try?
What?
T-Rex versus the Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, yeah. Oh yeah, because they're both big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it would
that
just
would
be
be
like,
a good
it would just
matchup.
be the two of them standing next to each other, smashing each other.
The T-Rex.
Cool. What was that all about? She just kicked them out. Orchard.
Love
Orchard.
It.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm pretty sure. I'm positive. I could make the world's biggest frown. You want to be a big dum-dum, Jack. People come here for our intelligence.